This movie is about other formatting options. We're going to talk about rotating the text and reorienting it. We'll look at some functionality that's similar to MS Word, where we can indent the text. We can also wrap the text and create the appearance of multiple lines within one cell, or we can shrink the contents to fit the cell. So I've got a worksheet set up with some contents that will enable me to demonstrate some of the formatting options that are part of this movie. I'm going to left click C3, hold the shift key down, press the N key and the right arrow key to select all of these headers, the months of the year. And you may have some headers that are wider or narrower, and in the case of September in cell K3, it extends beyond the width of the column, so some of the month is cut off. I can widen column K, but then I lose the uniform look of the column width for the whole schedule. And so we actually have some other options available. I can rotate the text. In the alignment group, there's a drop-down that allows me to angle the text so that I don't have to change the column width, and all of the months of the year are completely displayed and fairly readable. There are other options to rotate the text in other directions. I can angle it the other way. I can make the text vertical, which is not very readable, I don't think. Drop down again, I can rotate the text upwards, and I can rotate it downwards. And if those options aren't enough, left-click Format Cell Alignment and manually adjust the orientation of the text to whatever angle that you like. Select OK. And so this is another option to handle some headings that are too wide for the column. The next bit of formatting functionality is similar to MS Word, where we can indent the text. We can use these presets to increase the indentation. Every time I click it, it moves to the right, or decrease the indentation. So this is 1 indentation, arrow down. This is 2, arrow down. This is 3. And every time I click the command button, it indents 1 character space. And again, if those presets aren't what you're after and you want to change it manually, there's a spin button where you can indent the number of character spaces that you select. And I've moved the word indentation over another 7 character spaces. So the next thing we want to take a look at is wrapping the text. I'm going to left click B12. It says numbers listed in increments of 10. So I have a column heading that spills way over into the adjacent cells. There are several ways to fix this or to change this. One of the things you can do is left click Wrap Text, and the column width is unchanged. The row height is expanded, and the characters are separated into as many lines as it takes to display all of them. But we have an issue with the word increments being separated from its S that ends the word. That you can fix by adjusting the column width. And of course, all the other alignment options apply. So I can center the text. I can center it in the center of the cell, which doesn't have any impact unless I increase the height of the cell. I can move it to the top of the cell or to the bottom of the cell. I can left justify it. I can right justify it, and so on. Wrapping the text is a mutually exclusive option from shrinking to fit the text. The shrink to fit option is in the alignment group on the Format Cells dialog box. Left click Shrink to Fit, OK, and that's exactly what we get. We get the text shrinking down to fit the width of the column. So we went over some formatting options. We found that we can orient the content in a cell in one of many ways. The presets we can use, or we can choose our own angle of orientation in the Format Cells dialog box. We can use the indentation options to indent the text, and we can manually indent as many character spaces as we want to using the Format Cells dialog box. We can wrap the text, which creates the appearance of the text having several lines, or we can shrink the text to fit the column width.